What is up, baseball fans? Chris Jardine here, aka Snaggle J, community and content developer for Out of the Park Baseball. Back with our first episode of the new decade. That is right, it is Monday night, which means a brand new episode of This Week in Perfect Team. It is episode number 57 for January 6th, 2020. I am back after an extremely elongated vacation. Happy New Year to everybody out there. I am also in some not significant, but I'm in some moderate discomfort as I am battling through some neck pain. So forgive me if I try to keep this episode relatively brief, because again, I have been producing it for a couple hours and I need to lie down. But nonetheless, we are back. We are kicking off 2020 with a bang with the CEO collection, which PT19 users will remember is 6 cards handpicked by the man, the myth, the creator and CEO of Out of the Park Developments, Markus Heinsohn himself. Fabtron, what's going on? How you guys doing? Also remember, so a couple of changes, couple of things I want to talk about first. Before we get moving, I had previously announced that next week was going to be community requests with a bit of a different spin on it. It's not. Next week is going to be community requests, number 8, but it's just going to be the regular community requests that I pulled from the forum. We were going to try to do like a head-to-head battle survey thingy-majiggy, but unfortunately we ran out of time on that. We really wanted to get everything fixed up, finalized for Perfect Team 20. So it is going to be a community request next week. It's just going to be 6 cards from the form that we always have submitted, which you can have over, I think it's exclamation point submit in the chat. And then again, 2 weeks from tonight is going to be the Generations collection, which if you guys remember from last year, are players all linked together from the year they debuted and the year they retired, starting with 2019. And I think we're going all the way back to 1895, if I'm not mistaken. So that's going to be a lot of fun in 2 weeks' time. And then 3 weeks from tonight, we will wrap up our PT 2.0 content offering with the Hall of Fame special. I am very much looking forward to that. Will there be any more missions? I don't want to say for sure. If you ask me to put $20 on it, I would say yes. It's just trying to I don't know when. I'm hoping that we can get some new missions in there next week, but I need to find the time to put them together, because right now we're in very high juggling 20 and 21. But yeah, we're definitely going to try to get some more missions in there. If there are missions added, they will be pack based. There will be no more reward cards added. There already is a Kid Nichols as a tournament reward. I believe he's a 91 or a 92. I don't know if I've seen him in any tournaments. But yeah, if there is missions, they will all be pack-based. There will be no more mission reward cards as far as I know. One other thing that I want to mention, and yeah, I'm going to mention it anyway. We are currently internally testing a change to how tournaments work when they are not full. We know that's been a huge point of discussion, thorn in the side of people who are trying to get tournaments going, and the way that they kind of work. So what we're testing internally right now is, I will address that. We will never fill anything with ghost teams. my understanding is that that's not an option. That's not anything we're ever going to consider, is filling tournaments with ghost teams. I think that would be like an extremely, dead end of the road last result to start putting ghost teams in tournaments. But what we are testing internally right now is basically when a timed tournament has its start time come up and it is not full, it will be switched to a quick tournament. So basically, let's say you have a 128 team tournament. It's supposed to start at 9 p.m. It was not full. That tournament will automatically be switched to a quick tournament, which means as soon as it is full, it will start immediately. Same as how the quick tournaments work. The quick tournaments work whenever they're full, they go. So that's what's going to happen. So this week in Perfect Team tournament doesn't fill. There's 29 of 32 teams. Okay, it switches to a quick tournament. 3 teams join right now. It's going to start immediately. The prize will not change. No, the listing will remain the same. But it will instead of resetting the clock, it will switch to a quick tournament. Now, like I said, this is only, okay, I want to make sure I'm very, very clear. This is only being tested internally at the moment. We do not know when it's going to be live. It could be tomorrow. It could be a month from now. We are testing it internally only at the moment. So in terms of when you could see it live, when it might be implemented in the game, I have absolutely no information on that. I do know that they are hoping it's going to be sooner rather than later, but they're testing it right now. When it's good to go, I'll make sure to let all you guys know. We'll pop it in the Discord, the forums. It'll be on Twitter. It'll be on MySpace, Imgur, Facebook. It'll be on ICQ, MSN Messenger. We'll make sure to get it out there. But the gist of it is, time tournament, not full. Start time comes, it switches to a quick tournament. As soon as it fills, it runs immediately. You don't have to wait for another 24-hour clock or anything like that. Okay? But I wanted to let you guys know that is something we're working on. And but like I said, hopefully it's going to be sooner rather than later. That's that. Yeah, I can fax you. I can definitely fax you. Drop your fax number in the Discord, and yeah, we can get horses out there too. There was another comment I saw that I wanted to mention. Somebody asked if there was new rewards in tournaments. There has not been any. The tournament reward pool has not changed. Now, there are tournament rewards that have not been seen yet. But there are no new ones. The last new ones were added on December 16th. There will be no more new ones, but there's plenty of tournament rewards that I have not seen yet. That I know. I don't think I've seen the Andrew Jones yet. The 100 Gossage was made I think he was a cast off of the Yankees. He's a Yankees, right? I think it was a Yankees collection card that we didn't use, if I remember correctly. A lot of the exclusive tournament cards, to give you guys a little peek behind the OOTP curtain, a lot of the reward cards that we use, not all, but some, are cards we created for the missions that we did not use. The Petrocelli was a mission card we did not use. It might have only got into the tournament for the first time, but that card was created months ago when we did the Red Sox or whatever team. Petrocelli's on the Red Sox, I believe. So whatever team, when we did that team's mission, what we did is we created a whole bunch of rewards, and then we started piecing them in, and then we had cards left over. So naturally, the best thing to do with those is use them for tournaments. For example, the 100 Pujols. We had toyed 100 Pujols was almost, it's new to you guys, absolutely. Yeah, Petrocelli was one of the top 10 rarest cards in PT19, because that card was in PT19 from the get go. And he was one of the uber rare. He was a 99, I think, in 19. And he was really hard to come by. I think he ended up being the whole season in the top 10 rarest cards. Rarest card fiasco for sure. All right. So let's jump in. Now, as it's like 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning in Germany, Markus could not be here physically to help us reveal his content set, but I do have an audio clip explaining his reasoning for each one. So again, this is the CEO collection, and same as it was last year, it is 6 cards handpicked by Markus himself. These cards are available in packs. Now, there is a perfect card at the end of this. So there you go. If somehow some of the tournament cards show up in the game, not much. No, there is no plan to do that. Because tournaments will continue to run. PT 20 does not stop when 21 is launched. So tournaments will continue to run in PT 20 for the users that continue to play PT 20. So we won't be releasing the cards any other way. I did enjoy my time off. Although, like I said, I wish I could get rid of this sore neck I've been dealing with for a few days. All right, let's jump in to the first card. Again, all these cards handpicked by Markus himself. I have a little audio clip for each one that I will play. Hopefully the sound on them is good. You guys can let me know if when I play Markus's audio, if it's too quiet, too loud. You guys let me know. But first up, we have 41 overall Unsung Heroes, Ryan Farabend. Let's see what Markus's reasoning was on this one.
Ryan Feierabend. This is about his name, actually. I don't think I've ever seen him play, but he has the coolest last name ever. I don't know if there is an equivalent of that in the English language, but Feierabend is probably one of the most popular words in German. It's basically the end of the workday. So whenever you've got your work done and you're about to head home, you shout, Feierabend! And there are many different combinations with Feierabend. For example, Feierabend beer is, you guessed it, end of workday beer. So basically, once you get home, first thing you do is grab a beer because it's Feierabend. Yay. Super cool. Yeah.
So there you have it. I think Lobat said it perfectly. Basically, it's German for it's Miller time. So there you go. Ryan Farabend, nothing to see here. Let's move on. Next up, we have 67 overall, Harold Baines from the 1985 season. Let's see what Markus had to say about this one.
Number 2, Harold Baines. Harold Baines was born on March 15th, and he is actually the second best player born on that day to ever play. Number 1 is, if I remember correctly, Bobby Bonds. And where is he? Yeah, he is. Well, you could probably argue who was better, Baines or Bonds. Anyway, that's why I chose him, and I've seen him live a few times. Not really in the ballpark, but obviously through TV. And he had like a really smooth swing, I think, and I really liked him. So yeah, that's number 2.
Interesting point there, because now that I'm remembering correctly, Bobby Bonds, who was also mentioned in that clip, born on March 15th, which Markus didn't say it in the audio, but that's his birthday. So again, Bobby Bonds is in the last year CEO collection. He goes to Harold Baines this year. Interesting point brought up, who might be the better player all time between Bobby Bonds and Harold Baines in terms of best MLB player born on March 15th. One of them, I think only one of them's in the Hall of Fame, right? Is Bobby Bonds in the Hall of Fame? I don't think he is. Is Bobby Bonds in the Hall of Fame? He can't be. Yeah, he's not. He's not in the Hall of Fame. Still a pretty good career, though. Almost 2,000 hits, 332 home runs. I mean, Baines is in the Hall of Fame on a... let's not go into that. Let's not go into Baines being in the Hall of Fame or not. We went through that last year. Pretty solid little bronze card here, though. 70 contact, 53 gap power, 64 power overall. Not much in the speed department. Pretty average in right field. Pretty solid season there in 1985 for Mr. Baines, who was, again, we're getting close to the... we're getting pretty close to Hall of Fame season. Baines obviously selected by the Veterans Committee last year along with Lee Smith. So there you go. Let's keep on trucking with 79 overall, 1994 Matt Williams. Let's get Marcus's reasoning on this one.
Matt Williams, third base. When I first got into baseball on a hardcore level, it was 1994. That was essentially the first season I really followed. And of course, Matt Williams made a run at 61 home runs back then. And I totally loved that. So, yeah, I was a big fan of Matt Williams in my early baseball watching career. And hence I chose him.
Yeah, Matt Williams with that humongous 1994 season, finished the strike-shortened year with 43 home runs. Everybody thought he had a real shot at 61 home runs, which was would have tied the record at the time. Maybe that's something we can check out. Again, you guys can relive that if you guys go into the main OOTP. There actually is a 1994 quick start that will start up right at the strike. And I know I've seen several replays using that quick start. And more often than not, Williams falls just short. He ends up in like the 55 to 57 range. The 55 to 57 range quite frequently. So if you guys are looking for something fun to do between PT sims, make sure you check out the base game for OOTP. Yeah, could Matt Williams have hit 61 home runs? He would have had to have been pretty darn good. The last few weeks of the season, or the last 7 weeks of the season to get to 62. But he definitely had a shot. Next up, we have 85 overall, Edgar Martinez. And as I say that, we will pop the giveaway open as well. Exclamation point ticket gets you a chance at one of two prizes of 10,000 perfect points apiece, while we listen to what Marcus has to say about Edgar.
Number 3, Edgar Martinez. Yeah, my father's first name was Edgar. Sadly, he passed away in a traffic accident many years ago. And so I always had fond memories of Edgar Martinez, because he was just a very, very friendly person and, yeah, a great ball player. And I loved those games. I think it was 1995, that totally crazy playoff series against the Yankees when he had the walk-off hit. And Dave Niehaus, the Seattle commentator, just going completely crazy. So, yeah, Edgar Martinez, I always liked him. He and Tino Martinez actually were my favorite players back then. Yeah. Favorite position players, that is, because
I cut it off there for the next slide. So we have 1992 Edgar Martinez, pretty solid hitting card here, 82 contact, 88 gap power, 70 power overall, 52 I and 54 avoid Ks. A pretty top shelf season for Edgar Martinez, as I I don't know why. I just had a distracted brain. I just had a distracted brain. There isn't. This is not. This is the first 92 Edgar Martinez, by the way. There is only one 92 Edgar Martinez, and it's this one. The other Edgar Martinez is a 95. 1995 Edgar. Yeah. The other one's a 95, not a 92. And he's a little bit better. I think the other one is a 94 diamond. And then he has his peak. He has his peak card. Two of these ones. Is it an 85? I wonder. Yeah, what's the overall of that card? Maybe it's a mistake. Yeah, the cards have been in the game for about an hour, so people could have pulled them already. Not out of the question. Yeah, so it's just this card. They've been in the game for about an hour, so somebody could have pulled them already. It's not completely ridiculously out of the question. Wouldn't be the first time that's happened either. We've had some big spoils happen where, because I usually put them in the game. I usually put the cards in the game at about 8:30. Just to make sure that I get it done. I don't forget, because I've been prone to forget things. And again, exclamation point ticket in the chat, guys. Get in on the draw. It's over there. Let's keep on trucking. So at the end of that audio clip, Markus said Edgar Martinez was his favorite player, and then he corrected himself and said his favorite position player. I wonder why.
Favorite player overall, I think, was Greg Maddox. That's why I chose him. And I was a pitcher when I played baseball for almost 15 years, to be exact. And I was also a pitcher who didn't have a lot of pure stuff in terms of power, but I had very, very good control. And Greg Maddox certainly fit that bill. And I just liked it. He was just a cool, average dude who happened to be able to throw the baseball exactly where he wanted with great movement. And hence was like super, super successful. And I always, I don't know, whenever his games were live on European TV, it didn't matter to me at what time they were. If it was like 4 o'clock in the morning or 3 o'clock at night, I would just stay up and watch that game. And he was my hero, and I always tried to pitch like him, and I also tried to emulate his circle change grip. Of course, my ball never moved as his did, but it was still fun.
So Greg Maddox, as Markus admits, is his favorite player. And 1995, arguably one of Greg Maddox's best seasons. Coming back off of the strike, 19-2, 1.63 ERA, 209 and 2/3 innings pitched. Again, you got to remember, they only played 144 games that season, so he missed out on probably 3 more starts, which would have got him to 20 wins. 10 complete games, 3 shutouts, 181 strikeouts, and a .811 whip. All of those led the National League, which is absolutely crazy. That, to lead the league in wins, ERA, innings pitched, complete games, shutouts, Ks, and whip all in the same season is pretty, you got to admit that that's pretty uncommon, for sure. Really just absolutely insane season. And again, the thing is too, coming back off of the strike, and this really was like, a lot of people look at 95 as being like that, because Atlanta had some success earlier in the decade, and then they turned around and they had the strike season where they were kind of in a bit of a dogfight with Montreal along the way towards the end. And then Atlanta comes back. They end up, winning the World Series, the only World Series that America's team, as they were commonly referred to, won. Guys, remember, exclamation point ticket, get in before it's too late, because we are on to the last. Look at that bunt. That's right. We never talk about the card. 80 stuff, 87 movement, 89 control, fastball, sinker, cutter, curveball, slider, circle change combination. Again, he led the NL with 181 Ks because it was only 144 game season. So, everyone was missing. Top pitchers were missing like 3 starts. So, missing 30 Ks or so makes the big difference there for sure. 96 stamina, 78 defense, 100 sack bunt. I know you guys love your sack bunt out there in sack bunt pitcher land. So there's all kinds of it. There's all kinds of, opportunity for him to pinch hit in the game. Get it down. All right, let's go. Let's jump on to tonight's last card. Another familiar face. Funny that Almighty Dog said that, or Almighty T-Dog said that.
So, and Babe Ruth was the first ball player's name I knew before I even knew the baseball rules. I think every child on this planet almost knows the name Babe Ruth. And hence I chose him. And I think he was a very, very interesting character. And he made quite a lasting impression on the sport, of course. And you can never have too many Babe Ruth cards, I guess. Hence, Hardware Heroes, perfect Babe Ruth.
You can never have too many Babe Ruth cards, especially when you look at what Babe Ruth did in 1923 with a career high 14.1 wins above replacement. And again, don't think I don't see it, guys. I see the complaints. I see people already complaining about the Maddox and about the Ruth, but I will say the same thing that I have said many, many, many times. It's not, honestly, we don't care how many cards a player has. It's about telling the history of baseball, the history of a player. What difference does it make if there's 7 100 Babe Ruths? Honestly, what difference does it make? You look at 1923, dude had a 14.1 wins above replacement. Dude hit almost 400, 41 home runs, 130 RBIs. He walked 170 times. 151s, run score. See, again, that's not what it does. It doesn't make it boring at all. Anyways, guys, here's a look at the cards that you can get available now. The giveaway is now closed. If you didn't get in the giveaway, we're going to draw it here in a few seconds. So we have 100 Babe Ruth, 98 Greg Maddux, 85 Edgar Martinez, 79 Matt Williams, 67 Harold Baines, and 41 Ryan Fairbairn. We're going to draw the giveaway here real quick. Guys, you guys know how this works by now. If you get your name drawn, make sure you DM me on the Discord or whisper here on Twitch. I'll get you the 10,000 points as soon as I can, which is going to be literally right after the stream, because I'm going to do this and we're going to be like, gone. So yeah, good luck to everybody who's in on the draw. And our winners are the Bloody Dutch and 84 Cubs. The Bloody Dutch and 84 Cubs. You guys are picking up 10,000 per. Sorry guys, 10,000 perfect points apiece. Make sure you guys either whisper me your username and your team name right here on Twitch, or if you're in the Discord, DM me on the Discord, and I will get you guys those points lickety split as soon as humanly possible. Again, all of these fantastic cards are available in Perfect Team right now. You can find him in packs. The Edgar Martinez is already on the auction house if you want to go pick him up. He's already there. So there you have it. Again, we have next week will be the final set of community requests for PT20. And then we have the Generations Collection, and we have the Hall of Fame show coming up at the end of the month. So we're kicking off 2020 with a bang. If you're watching live here on twitch.tv/OOTP Developments, hit that follow button right up at the top of the screen, guys. We hit a lot of great milestones in 2019. We'd like to do that again in 2020, and we can't do that without your continued support, which we do appreciate. I tell you guys that all the time. I love the support that we get here on the stream and all of our various social medias, which, by the way, Facebook.com/OOTPBaseball, Twitter.com/OOTPBaseball, and Twitter.com/OOTP Perfect Team. We have Discord.gg/OOTP, and you can check out the forums, forums.ootpdevelopments.com. Guys, as always, I have been Chris Jardine, a.k.a. Snaggle J, community and content developer for Out of the Park Baseball. And until next time, keep swinging for the fences.